I think the tech preparation has changed over the last 5 years in that most people are doing it right these days. Like if 5 years ago, if you would have looked at the transition and looked at all the bikes, I think you could, kind of start picking it apart, and there weren't, most athletes had somewhere where they could improve. Nowadays, most people seem to understand it and get it, and you see a lot of the details. They're paying attention to that. And so there's less to kind of pick apart. There's better bike positions. People are using fast equipment, fast tires. They're thinking more about, where they're going to put their bottles on their bikes, and, a lot of the little details that, end up, creating big gains over 180K on the bike. I think to find an advantage in this race is, for a while there was kind of an arms race where, everyone was trying to get the latest tech and kind of one up each other. Now it's like it's kind of like on an even playing field again. And I think the biggest thing that you can do is, kind of stick to your own race. And a lot of people talk about that, like sticking into your own race, and it's easier said than done. The men's pro race, you kind of have to go with the flow, and that's not always optimal pacing. The one area where you can control it, though, is once you get off that bike is the run. And I think by just staying within yourself on the run, and just, you're not going to get anything better in the race than you've ever done in training. So I think, when people say that they had a great race, they basically just executed and performed up to their standard of what they think that they can do. So I think, your best race and your best performance is executing and, delivering a performance that is kind of expected out of yourself. When you have a bad day, a lot of times you've made choices early in the race or in the middle of the race where you're racing above an expectation, of anything you've ever done in training. So, the race day is never going to be special. It's special when you get what's expected out of yourself, and you have the mental toughness to suffer and to keep pushing and driving through that.